Yo, what is up, guys? James Carter TV here to recap Game 2 of the 2015 NBA Finals. Yet another overtime game between the Golden State Warriors and the Cleveland Cavaliers, except this one had a different result, as the Cleveland Cavaliers came up on top 95-93 in more dramatic fashion than the overtime was for Game 1. And there's plenty of stuff to talk about from this game, and I will be focusing on the two star players, the two all-MVP candidates. One of them won it, between Stephen Curry and LeBron James, who, to me, today, were very disappointing in different ways. LeBron James was great throughout the first three quarters, but yet again in the fourth quarter and overtime, very, very subpar performance. He was 2 for 10. Field goals in the fourth quarter and overtime combined. Awful. With horrible turnovers. I mean, there was a play. He was over on the left side of the arc, dribbling the ball, and then it popped out. I'm like, are you kidding me with this guy? I mean, honestly, you want to defeat the narrative that you are not a clutch player, and you go and do something like that. I mean, that is unbelievable. And the LeBron supporters and defenders like to say, okay, on this one play in overtime, I believe it was in overtime, maybe it was in the fourth quarter, there was so much dramatic stuff I couldn't keep track of which quarter it took place. But the play where he was fouled, but the foul was not called. Well, look at his feet. He traveled. He traveled on the play. So to me, the NBA basketball god said, okay, you traveled, the foul wasn't called, you're going to turn the ball over anyway because you should not have the ball. You traveled on the play. Don't tell me about, well, the fouls weren't called. No, there was no need for a foul to be called because he traveled there, and that's the end of that. He played bad. He played bad in the fourth quarter and overtime. He played bad. But lucky for him, Cleveland had a lead, and he did hit one big three. Okay, he hit one big three in overtime. He went to the free throw line. He missed essential key free throws. You know, I didn't get the exact statistic. If I had to count off the top of my head, I'd say he was 4 for 6, maybe 4 for 7, maybe 5 for 7. Missed essential free throws in the fourth quarter and overtime. But that's the only reason why you saw him. I mean, he hit a three. He made a defensive play, but he was not good in the fourth quarter and overtime. But lucky for him, the slack was picked up, and Cleveland had a big enough lead to where they didn't need that much offensive support in the fourth quarter and overtime. So lucky for him, they won the game, and they're happy with that. And they're going to go back to Cleveland, and I expect him to play better, and I'm sure he will play better. But he did not play well in this fourth quarter and overtime, and he did not play well in the last fourth quarter and overtime. And this reinforces my opinion that LeBron James is able to make clutch shots. He has the ability to make clutch shots, to have clutch moments. He has that ability, but he is not a clutch player. Just because of the 30 times you've had the chance to make a clutch shot and you hit 7 of them, that does not make you a clutch player. That means you have hit certain clutch shots, but you are not consistently able to be relied upon. Bad in the fourth quarter and overtime the past 2 games. Now let's flip the coin, and let's talk about the Golden State Warriors, and let's talk about Stephen Curry, the MVP, the most valuable player from the 2015 NBA season, who was absolutely dreadful, awful, blasphemous, horrible today. I mean, I've never seen this from this guy. Not since at least 2011. I mean, he was horrible today. 2 for 15 from 3-point range. That is unbelievably dreadful. Unbelievably. And at least during the fourth quarter and overtime, late in the game, he started getting some foul calls, getting to the line, and able to hit the free throws that he needed to hit. Because when it came to shooting, it was not there from Stephen Curry, the best player on the Golden State Warriors. It was not there from. And you saw what happens when your best player, when your star player is nowhere to be found. And Klay Thompson, in overtime, he was also nowhere to be found. And the end result was this. The Warriors lost the game. The Warriors lost the game because they did not have one of those essential cogs, one of those essential splash brothers to be hot in the overtime period. They weren't available. You could not find them in the overtime period, and the end result was that the Cavaliers won the game. Stephen Curry has to be better. He has to be better. 5 for 22, below 25%. That is god-awful. That is awful. And he'll be better. He should be better. If not, then I'm going to start blasting this guy more than I already am. Because that is bad, people. I mean, honestly, we're talking about human beings off the side of the street that can go into the game and do better than that. That is what we were talking about when we were talking about 5 of 22. That is bad. 2 for 15 from 3-point range. He should be better. He will be better. But this was bad, Steph Curry, and the whole loss to me is on you. It's all on you. Because we're talking about a Golden State Warrior team that only put up 87 points in regulation time, and it should have been less than that, all because their essential offensive guy, Stephen Curry, was nowhere to be found. Only got 19 points, all of those from free throws, because he wasn't making 3-pointers, he wasn't making 2-pointers. You know, he had a good layup at the end of the fourth quarter. That was it. That was all I saw from him. Wow, you need to play better, Stephen Curry. You need to play better, LeBron James. And this series will literally come down to who plays better between those two. I mean, this is a league of superstars, and the superstars did not play that well today. Yes, LeBron James had 39 points and a triple-double. I don't care. He was like 11 for 31. Like, come on, dude. This is not good play from LeBron James. This is not good play from Stephen Curry. LeBron James was shooting at volume. I'm a Los Angeles Laker fan. When Kobe shoots 28 shots and makes 12 of them, everyone blasts this guy. But I don't see anyone blasting LeBron. Hello? If we're going to hold that standard of taking too many shots, who else was taking more shots than LeBron James, who took 30 shots and made like 11 or 12 of them? That's bad, you know, and they'll play better. They're star players, they'll play better. But today, they didn't help their team very much. LeBron James has some nice passes, you know, hit J.R. Smith, boneheaded J.R. Smith, who has some dopish fouls today, hitting Klay Thompson on a 3-point attempt, hitting Harrison Barnes on an easy dunk. I mean, J.R. Smith showed you why the New York Knicks were kind of okay with trading him. Now, he's been an essential asset for you throughout this playoff run, but he showed you his weaknesses. He's a bonehead. He's an idiot. He's a clown. He's a loser, and he's a dope. And this is what he's going to do for you consistently. But you have to get the little spurts where he's making things, and you have to use those to the best of your abilities. The end result is this. Ultimately, I'm still picking the Golden State Warriors to win in 6 games. This is following the exact path of which I thought it would follow. And now this path is this. I believe that the Warriors will win either Game 3 or Game 4, and then the Warriors will win both Game 5 and Game 6. I think the Warriors are going to start heating up. Stephen Curry will not play this bad again. Once they start hitting their threes, once Harrison Barnes actually wakes up and does something, look out. They're going to be coming for you. And I understand some of you may credit Matthew Dellavedova for his defense today. Yeah, he's a little cute little Aussie. He's not going to be that much of a factor going forward. Stephen Curry, if he is hot, no one will be able to stop that man. Even LeBron James will not be able to stop a hot Stephen Curry. So, until next time, James Carter TV, I'm out. Peace.